Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. See, today's video is going to focus on my recommended rinseless washes coming out of 2024, going into 2025. First off, I want to thank Christy for having me on her podcast. I had a great time just having a good conversation with her. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. You guys got to know a little bit more about my background. Definitely go check that out. You can find it. I think I linked it in the community post, so you can just go follow that link and you can watch it anytime. So again, I really appreciate Christy for having me on there. But one of the questions that she brought up on there was because, and I've seen the comments, trust me, I've seen it. I already was working on this video, but I wanted to reshoot this video in the sense that I changed my thought process on what I wanted to do. Because I had mentioned in that conversation that I had with her that I'm not going to do a typical top 5 or top 10 or anything like that rinseless, where I'm ranking these rinseless washes in the sense like this is number 1, this is number 2. I'm not doing that. What I wanted to do this time was the rinseless washes I'm going to recommend are the ones I've used more often than others, and those are the ones that I'm going to recommend as being again the products to look for going into 2025. So again, I'm not ranking these. I'm just going to be telling you why I'm using these more often, what I like about these more often than some of these other ones, where I reach out for, and then I'm going to do a giveaway at the end for a bottle of rinseless wash. So I think that's going to work out just fine. And let me just burst a bubble here. When people want to say, I want to see a top 5 rinseless wash, I want to see, what's the best product, what's the best rinseless, that type of thing. Here's the thing: there is no best product, because if there was the best product, we'd all be using it and we'd all be bored out of our minds, because once you find the best, you're pretty much done with that, whatever product that is. So there is no best. Best is really subjective to each person's personal preference on what they consider the best. So let's just keep that in mind as we move forward with any product. There is no best of anything. Again, best is what you like, and again, I recommend that you use that as often as you like, because it is the best for you. Because I may recommend a product, you might not like it. It's simple as that. It may not work for you in your environment, and then it may work for me in my environment. So just gotta keep that in mind. There is no best product when it comes to these. It doesn't really matter. Soap, rinseless wash, coatings, there is no best. It just kind of, it's all personal preference in the end. Again, these are all my opinion on here. You guys don't have to agree with it. You guys can post whatever you like. And again, there is no right or wrong answer when it comes to this type of product here. So again, I have some rinseless washes that, again, I reach for more often than anything else. I'm going to mention this real quick. I'm going to get this out of the way. So I just tested Carbon Collective. I just made a video on it. This one came out so late in the year. I'm not putting it on the list for the reason that I haven't used it often enough to really say, like, am I going to keep reaching for this product more than any other product. So for now, it's going to sit on the sidelines, but definitely check it out. It's actually a really good rinseless wash. They did a great job on this. Again, I think even though it's pricier and it costs more, I think it's worth the money. Just going to keep that in mind. So test it out. Let me know what you guys think. But for now, it's going to sit on the sidelines until I kind of figure out, am I going to use it more often than any of these other rinseless washes, or just going to sit and collect dust like HydroSave does. I really don't use HydroSave that much. Okay, so let's get right to the video here. Now, rinseless washing for 2024 kind of blew up, right? It's been stated as you're the rinseless. And why is that? Well, because we either had new brands come over to the States, we've had new products in that category, we've had reformulations, not reformulations, but updated formulations in this category. So it's been a big year for rinseless washing. And I had made a video that I was done after I eat those rinseless wash, and I was really, technically I was, and I didn't expect that, Pan comes out with one. I didn't expect that Detail Co was going to come out with one. I didn't expect Carbon Collective was going to come out with one. And at that point, it's like, you know what, there's so many rinseless washes on the market. It's like we're at the point where we reached saturation, and then it's kind of like soap. It's like, which one do you get? Really, like car shampoo, which one do you get the one that you like. If you're interested in trying a different one, go buy it. And that's where we're at with rinseless washes. So if you have a keen interest in one, just go out and buy it, test it out, see if you like it. If you don't, then move on, go back to your old reliable, something like that. So again, we're in the stages. The rinseless washes has become kind of like soap, where it doesn't really matter. There's so many good ones on the market. So All right, let's get started here. This brand, so I tested out V2 of this brand, and it was middle of the pack for me. I was like, that doesn't really stand out for me. It's okay, great. It kind of just didn't really do much for me to kind of say, I'm going to go out and buy this one. I'm going to go out and use this one more often. And then my feedback was taken, and we ended up getting V3. And that would be Phoenix EOD Hydra, which is a great product from Phoenix EOD. It's night and day comparing V2 to V3. There is no label on the bottle. By now, December 2024, it should all be V3. I don't think there's any V2 on the market, but at the time there was no differentiation on the label to state which one is V2 versus V3. What I ended up doing is I labeled the bottom of my bottles with V3, although I don't need this anymore because I poured my V2 down the drain. Sorry, Aaron, I poured it down the drain because I didn't think it was, I didn't need to keep it around when I had V3 out. Very cost-effective product. It comes in various sizes. I think it comes in an 8-ounce, 16-ounce for sure, because that's what I have, 32, and in a gallon format. So you have plenty of options. Again, it's a very cost-effective product. Typical dilution here, it's either you can adjust it. I think the standard dilution ratio, at least on this label, is 1 to 3 gallons, 1 ounce, 30 milliliters per almost 12 liters, roughly, give or take. So that's kind of like the dilution for this. You can play around with it. It works great at 1 to 256 also. But what the changes on this, again, as I mentioned, is night and day, is better lubricity than version 2 and excellent cleaning power. So Aaron updated the surfactant in here, and it's just a straight cleaner. The dry off portion, don't expect this to be super slick or anything like that. You're going to have a smooth surface when you're drying off the remaining residue, or let's just call it residue, remaining residue solution off the finish. It's not going to have a slick finish. Just got to keep that in mind. So if you want to use a drying aid, by all means go for it. It's not going to have any negative impact during the process, but you're also not going to scratch your car during the drying off process. This one is a little more heavy on the surfactant side, but it does have polymers in there, so it's considered a hybrid. So again, very good rinseless wash from Phoenix EOD Hydra. I enjoy it. The other one thing is it doesn't have a real strong scent in the bottle. It has a strong scent, like if I open it like right now and take a whiff, it smells great. Once you put it in the bucket, it doesn't have a scent, and so you kind of just don't. If you're one for scents, you're probably not going to enjoy it because it doesn't have a strong scent in the bucket. So that's Phoenix EOD Hydra. Excellent product. I enjoyed using that, and definitely check that one out. Okay, up next, again, this is another formulation, updated formulation. The brand went from version 1 to version 2. Increased the lubrication. You can definitely feel it. Cleaning power was always good, even with version 1. They upped the cleaning power just a bit, but overall, I think it's a great product, and it's DIY Detail V2. This is their rinseless wash. I think they did a great job. They did change the color, so it's a little bit more milky. That's how you know you have V2 on there. I don't know if they're still selling V1. I don't even know if they have that in stock, but it does a great job. It's just an overall strong performer in this category, and the updated formulation for that lubrication during the wash process was much needed, because I think that was one of the things that V1 was lacking, is the lubrication during the wash process. Cleaning power was always good. We get a bump and increase the clean power. Don't expect like this is gonna clean the, as how can I say this? It's not gonna out clean version 1 by that much. But overall, great product. I enjoy using this. And another aspect about this one that kind of separates it from these other ones is you can foam this. You're going to use a little bit more, but you're going to need a foaming pump sprayer, and it will foam. It does a great job though. I enjoyed using this. Again, all of these, if you're going to be using them in the sun, you're going to want to shrink your surface down. You're probably going to work panel by panel, but overall, real nice product from DIY Detail. So that's another one that I've kind of reached out for the most. I do still have some V1. I'm kind of just using up some V1, but I'm going to be transitioning over to V2 once we kind of go through that. And yes, I do buy the smaller bottles because it's more cost effective for me, where I don't want to have gallons of products, because I try different products that I'm reviewing on here, and so I will buy the smaller bottles. Yes, it does cost a bit more with shipping, but I don't need the big bottles here whatsoever. Okay, up next is another, so this one's a brand new product to the market. Had a lot of, how can I say this? Controversy, that's the word I'm looking for. Had a lot of controversy when it was first announced, and that, I think we all know, is Clean by Pan I've gotten some comments on here saying that it's overhyped and all that business. Call it what you want. It's not overhyped because the product actually does work. Pan did his homework. This one cleans very well. It has probably some of the best lubrication in the wash process. And one of the nice features about this is the lubrication during the drying process. So Pan has already stated that this is leaving something on the surface. Now, it's not meant to be durable, but you can actually tell when you're drying the surface that this is leaving something on the surface, and so expect it to be a little slick during the dry process. And I think a lot of people are going to like that when you try it. So definitely check that out, because that's one of the features that I enjoy from Clean. And again, it's not going to linger that long. The next wash, it's gone. But overall, it's an excellent product from Pan. Has a real nice scent to it as well. Again, all these are going to work with a microfiber towel or a sponge. Definitely check this one out. I've used this quite a bit. I think I'm like halfway through the bottle already, and it smells great. That was one of the key things I enjoyed taking that break from the ethos up to towards the end, is I had a break to kind of start using some of these products and say, it's like, hey, okay, yeah, I like this feature about that. So that's Clean by Pan. Next up, we're going to talk about another new product line that came out, and that is Detail Cone Nemesis. Again, this one's Eddie and Jamie came up with a great product on this one. They did a great job. Eddie took his knowledge that he knows from Rinseless Wash. He created this one, and I mean, there's nothing negative to say about this one. It smells great. Good lubrication during the wash process. Good cleaner. It's not going to leave anything on the surface. It's kind of like Hydra and DIY Detail, where it's going to have more of a smooth wipe off rather than a slick wipe off like Clean. But again, strong performer, very nice, cost effective too. At this bottle here, the 16-ounce bottle is $10. That's a steal. And I don't even know the price of the gallon, but again, it's a very cost-effective product. That's one of the nice things about this. And you're going to get a real nice rinseless wash here. All these are great, and this does a real good job just cleaning. I used this again the other day to wash my Camaro, and I was like, this thing is really good. So they did a great job with Nemesis. I enjoyed using it the last few times with this one, and definitely go check it out. Again, it's only $10. You can buy all these. You can buy all these at the House of Rags. Most of these that I'm mentioning here, but definitely check that out. And then up next, this is a Polymer Rinseless Wash. Now, I enjoyed using this one as well. It cleans well. I'm not a big fan of the scent, but I'm a fan of the performance of it. And it comes in a nice size bottle, 34 ounces, 33.8, 1 liter. That's Coach Chemi RRW. This thing is great. Again, a strong cleaner. It's a little lacking in cleaning power to a hybrid rinseless wash, as this is more heavy on the polymer side. But overall, I enjoyed using this. It does a great job. Again, kind of like DIY Detail, Nemesis, and Hydra. It's not going to have that slick surface during the wipe off. Again, more of that smooth finish. But again, I really enjoyed using this one. Definitely check this one out. And again, the only thing I really don't like about this one is the scent. That's just me. One thing I am asking for this is give me a Christmas edition RRW, just like GFX. I think that would be pretty amazing with this. So if Coach Chemi or Hunter, if you're watching this, give me a Christmas scented RRW. I think that would be really fun, and I would definitely buy that for the holidays. But yeah, RRW does a great job cleaning as a polymer rinseless wash. They did their homework on there. I know it says it's a pH 4. Once you put it in the bucket, it's going to go to pH 7. Dilution 256:1. Works great. All these work great on the interior as well. I usually have some left over, and I'll save it in a bottle. So whichever one I'm using, I'll save it in a spray bottle, and then I will just use that to kind of mop up certain things here and there. And then the next one here, let's go to this one here. So these guys came out with a brand new product here, and I've enjoyed it. Now they are working on version 2, so you may want to hold off for that. That is Armor Supply Hero. These guys came out with a great product here as well. Very good cleaner, very good lubricity during the wash process under your sponge or your wash mitt. Again, you're going to have that smooth finish during the dry process. They do have silica in here, and I think there's a little misconception with this one. because it has silica, people think it's leaving like this durable form protection on the surface. Well, it's not meant to leave protection on there, because the guys are armor. Bradley and EJ stated you can use a panel wipe after you use Hero to go into a correction or apply, coating or something on there. You can actually just do that. So again, it's not leaving durable protection on the surface. One thing I noticed is, because I think this has silica, kind of like what Echo, even though Echo has silica, it's not leaving protection on there, is that this must have, and again, I could be wrong, it looks like it has some sort of gloss enhancement. And what I mean by that is, after you wash it, and because of the silica, I think the paint looks like the car's just been coated. That's just my take on it. I could be wrong, but that's just my take on Hero. It smells great. Again, they're working on V2, and V2 is not going to have the SiO2 in there. I think they're going to be going like the polymer route, more like the traditional hybrid polymer route. So that's that from Hero. And then finally, the last one that I've been enjoying lately, this is recently, I've been using this. It's probably the most cost effective. When you look at the dilution, you're thinking, it's like, wow, it's like, the dilution's insane. I'm basically just using water. But it's crazy when you really think about it, and when you use it. And the first time, like I said, it's just kind of mind-blowing when you first use it. And that is NextZen ZNR. This product, I mean, the dilution, as I mentioned, 1 to 1,000. I think when I don't have the paper in front of me anymore. I think when I did the dilution from 1 to, I think when I did 1 to 1,000 in 3 gallons, I think comes out to like 132 washes out of a 34-ounce bottle. That's insane. That's a lot of washes. This bottle can last you forever using it in that aspect. And if you do that, or maybe I haven't had that correct. I think if you're using it the 2 gallon mark, I think if you're gonna do like the 256 to 1 kind of translation, the 1 to 1,000 equals 132 washes. If you're doing 3 gallons, I believe that is like 80 washes or something like that. Again, still a crazy amount of washes with either option, because you're not using that much product and then much concentrate. The only thing is you're going to want to do is you want to shake this, because it kind of tends to separate on here. So to give it a good shake before you use it, I will mention that, and then it'll look like this nice little pink color once you shake it. But again, it's a real nice product, very concentrated, good lubricity. Again, like these other ones, when you're drying it off, it's going to leave more of like the clean surface. Again, more of a smooth wipe off rather than a slick wipe off. Good cleaning power. I think for me, just from me testing, I think it cleans a little better than RRW, not by much in terms of like, because this is more polymer heavy, just like RRW. I think it cleans a little better than that. It definitely cleans better than O&R V5. So for those of you who are using O&R V5, both RRW and NextZen will clean a lot better than O&R V5. But I've been using this lately, and I was like, wow, this thing's really good. I've enjoyed it. Definitely check this out. Again, it's probably the most cost effective of the bunch. Yes, it seems expensive when you're buying it, but again, the dilution's 1 to 1,000. It's crazy good. So that's all I have for you guys for this. I was gonna do an honorable mention, but there's really no honorable mentions here for me. Actually, there is one, is because I just finished washing my car, the rest of it, using the rest of this, a hoseless wash from Adams. This is a polymer-based rinseless wash. There's a surfactant in here when you shake it. Excellent cleaner. Gonna keep that in mind. It's kind of like I said, it's an honorable mention from me. When I was using that, I was like, wow, this is actually surprisingly pretty good. So that's the entire lineup here, guys. I know it's kind of quite a bit. So how many did I go over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rinseless washes that I've been kind of cycling in between, that I use more so than the other ones. So that's how I'm going to rank them. Again, there is no best rinseless wash. These are just the ones that I've been enjoying lately, and the ones I reach for the most. And these are the ones that I think you should go at least take a look at and try out going into 2025. Now, with that said, we're going to do a giveaway here. This giveaway, just like any other one, lower 48, because shipping somewhere else is just insane, really, at this point, unless I'm actually ordering it from someplace. But this one I already have in my possession. So again, lower 48, subscribe to the channel, and then just post hashtag Rinseless down below. And I'm going to give away this small bottle. It's a 250 milliliter bottle, 8.45 ounces of Fine Lab Pure Rinseless V3. They sent me this. So I'm going to give you this little bottle here. So it's got this little nice size bottle. I'm going to give this away to somebody. They can try it out. Again, good rinseless wash. I just don't use Fine Line V3 that often. I've used it maybe 3 or 4 times. I haven't really used it that much. The reason for that is it's a little too surfactant heavy for me. That's just not my preference. I like more of a hybrid, or I'll even take a polymer over this, which is almost like a pure surfactant. Yes, there is some polymers in here, but it doesn't. It's again, a real good cleaner. Does a great job. They did a great job going from V2 to this version. Strong cleaner, very good lubricity. Again, it's just a little too surfactant heavy for me. And when you use this, so whoever wins this, play around with the dilution. Start with 256 to 1, and if it has a little bit more too surfactant for you, increase it to 1 ounce per 3 gallons. Basically 30 mils into roughly about was it 12 liters? I think is what it equates to. But definitely play around with it. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, it's gonna be the giveaway. So again, recap for the giveaway: Lower 48. Subscribe to the channel. Comment #Rinseless, and I will get you this to you. And let me know what you guys think. So again, thanks for watching. Catch you next one. Take care, everyone, and happy holidays. And take care.